Are you a sugar addict? I was a sugar addict. Once my beloved mother sent me a package. It was this tall, and you know what was inside? It was full of Kinder Buenos. I don't know if you know Kinder Buenos, but they're like cocaine for me. I can eat whole day only Kinder Buenos because of the cream inside. In this package there were 40 packs of Kinder Buenos. There are 6 Kinder Buenos in one pack. That makes 240 Kinder Buenos. I ate them in about 2 months. Can you imagine what this did to my liver, my brain, and my body in general? It is a miracle that I'm not diabetic. At least I think I'm not. When I started carnivore, I saw so many positive changes in myself. I felt like the most healthy person on earth, and it stayed for about 6 weeks. But then I ran into some issues. It took me 2 weeks to figure out what was wrong with me, because my nutrition was good. It was rich in minerals, vitamins, fat and protein. No carbs. Except now and then a little cheat. And I'm also fasting. I eat only once a day. At first I had no clue. I thought, what's happening? I felt so good 2 weeks ago. Why am I feeling so bad right now? So I educated myself. I went through the vitamins. I checked if I have a deficiency. I checked the symptoms, and it's really interesting. At first I thought I have a potassium deficiency because I showed all symptoms. And I was kinda right. I had a potassium deficiency. But the potassium deficiency was merely a side effect of the bigger issue. So I started eating a lot of meat. Because red meat, had tons of potassium. And it went a little bit better. But as soon as I tried new foods, I landed in hell. I felt so bad you can't imagine. Something was bringing me down pretty heavy. There were 2 days where I did nothing. I couldn't. I was so tired and I had headache. My calves were cramping. So I kept cycling. Potassium, okay. I took care of potassium. What else is there? Vitamin K? I'm not consuming that much vitamin K. It could be vitamin K. Okay, there's a lot of vitamin K in cheese. I'll try cheese. Somehow that helped for a few hours, but then I dropped again. And I couldn't explain it. I thought this might be some intolerance, some allergy, or whatever. So I made an elimination diet. I only ate meat, and it helped a bit, but it did not solve the problem. I still was tired as fuck at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. And then I read something about insulin and about sugar addiction, and that it can take some time to get used to burning fat instead of burning sugar. So I thought, alright, maybe I should start eating twice a day. I felt great till now, but now I feel like trash. Your body reacts differently on fat, protein and sugar. Sugar gives you a huge insulin spike. First it turns you very happy, but then you fall and you feel like shit. Protein is better than sugar. It does not give you such a large spike, but it does give you also an increase in insulin. Fat is the best of all. It almost does not influence your insulin. Take a look at this graph I drew it for you, so you could imagine how your blood sugar behaves in your body when you eat carbs, protein or fat. As you can see, when you eat fat, your blood sugar is almost not affected. So, what to do as sugar addict? How to properly start carnivore? First of all, you will need commitment, because the carb craving monster will haunt you. You will need a long time to change from carbivore to carnivore. I will show you what I did. I made diagrams for you to show you my anecdotal blood sugar. Let's take a look at these graphs. On the x-axis you see the hours of the day, and on the epsilon axis you see an anecdotal value for your blood sugar. This value represents how I felt. If the value is up, I feel good. If the value is low, I feel bad. With 5 being an optimal blood sugar level. So these are the first 6 weeks. I felt perfect. Always. And when I ate something, I felt even better. But then, came the problems. This is week 7, when the problems started. There was a drop in the morning after I left my house. During about midday I felt terrible. I didn't understand. I changed not very much about my diet. I tried a few things. I tried eating a lot of salty foods. Maybe it depleted me of potassium even faster. By then I realized I'm doing something wrong. In week 8 I tried to figure out what the hell is wrong with me. As you can see, week 8 was even worse than week 7. This was a terrible time to exist, to be honest. I was just tired the whole day. I had some cognitive problems also. My brain wasn't working as it should. So it was even more confusing for me what the hell was wrong with me. I thought maybe I have intolerances of food or whatever. And then I said, okay, fuck it, I can't exist like this. I have to change something. What was the food I started carnivore with and that I felt the best with? It was beef. So I went to just beef for half a week. And this is how it looked. It was better. I at least worked half a day, but not perfect. I assumed that it was the potassium in the beef that made me feel better, because my cramps went away, my cognitive problems kinda went away, but I didn't feel great like before. And then I read about sugar addiction and what it does to your insulin when you're not eating. When your insulin falls, it takes potassium with it. So if you have a drop in insulin, you will also experience the symptoms of a potassium deficiency. And the potassium deficiency is terrible. Everything in your body needs potassium. And everything stops working if it doesn't have it. Of course I didn't know that. I didn't know that low insulin flushes out potassium, the most important mineral. Now I do, and I can work on it. After that, I changed my diet to twice a day instead of once. So now I'm eating in the evening and in the morning, and it is a lot better. Right now I eat only beef. It is not perfect. I still have a down approximately at 3 p.m. But it's a lot better than before. I do believe that my body has to adapt to burning fat instead of burning sugar. I will continue having 2 meals a day until my body does not get these huge insulin spikes when I consume food. This could take some time, but I will get there. This is how I want my future blood sugar level to look like. I want to consume a high portion of fat who will not make my blood sugar level explode, but rather give me a constant blood sugar level. If I would have to give advice for a sugar addict that wants to start with carnivore, I would tell him to take it slow. Start eating fatty meat in your general diet. Start eating more and more meat over a few months. When you're comfortable with it, eliminate all carbs from your diet. All of them, especially sugars and refined carbohydrates. You will need some time to get used to not eating carbs, and instead fat and protein. Get comfortable with it. And when you have, you can go on 1 meal a day or longer. Now I did this change in a very short time. Basically 3 days. I started 1 meal a day carnivore. Well, I'm a pretty radical person. You don't have to be that stupid. That's what I'm here for. To be stupid for you. Okay guys, I hope you found this interesting. Maybe you can take something from it and prevent making stupid mistakes. Make instead good mistakes. Thank you for watching, and I wish you a wonderful day.